Hello students, I am Nilofer Mees, your English teacher. Today we are going to start chapter number 3 from your first flight. So everybody, take out your book on page number 32. In this chapter there are two stories, in which the first one is His First Flight, which is written by Liam O'Flaherty. And the second story, it is Black Aeroplane, which is written by Frederick Forsyth. Both the stories are about flying. Now see, before you read, since the earliest times, humans have dreamed of conquering the skies, and related to that only these are two stories. Obviously, as human beings, we are never satisfied with whatever we are having. We always dream to conquer more and more and to reach up to the sky. Now let's continue with our first story, His First Flight. This story is about a young seagull who was alone on his ledge, and his two brothers and his sister had already flown away the day before. He had been afraid to fly with them. He didn't know how to fly, and so he is very much afraid. Now what is meaning of ledge? Ledge means a narrow horizontal shelf projecting from a wall or a cliff where the birds used to live. We are talking about seagulls, so these birds used to live near any of the seashore. Here also this seagull is living on a ledge and he is very much afraid of flying. The great expanse of sea stretched down beneath, and it was such a long way down, miles down. He felt certain that his wings would never support him. He was not having confidence in him. He was thinking that if I'll fly, my wings will not support me, and so I will be sinked into the water. When he got afraid, he bent his head and ran away back to the little hole under the ledge where he slept at night. Even when each of his brothers and his little sister, whose wings were even far shorter than his own, ran to the brink, flapped their wings and flew away, he failed to muster up courage to take that plunge which appeared to him so desperate. His father and mother had come around, calling to him shrilly, upbraiding him, threatening to let him starve on his ledge unless he flew away. They were making him afraid that if you will not fly, you will remain here alone and you will not get anything to eat. Obviously, if you will not work, you will not get anything to eat. So here also the birds, they also have to fly away. They have to go into the water and they have to catch the fish for eating. Now if he will not leave the ledge, then what will he get to eat? So his parents, they were threatening him, but for the life of him he could not move. That was 24 hours ago. Since then, nobody had come near him. The day before, all day long, he had watched his parents flying about with his brothers and sister. They were flying over there, and he was only watching from the ledge. The parents of them, they were teaching them how to skim the waves and how to dive for fish. He had in fact seen his older brother catch his first herring and devour it, standing on a rock, while his parents circled around, raised a proud cackle. Parents were really proud of brothers and sister, but here, because of him, he was such a cowardice that they were feeling ashamed of him. And more than ashamed, they were worried about him. He had not eaten since the previous nightfall, and he felt the heat. Then what happened? He just come out to the brink of the ledge and stand over there on one leg, another leg hidden as usual, as the birds are having this habit. He closed one eye, then the other, and pretended to be falling asleep. Actually, he was not sleeping, he was only pretending that he was asleep. Still, they took no notice of him. Nobody looked at him whether he is sleeping or not. They didn't even look at him. So he saw his two brothers and his sister lying on the plateau, dozing with their heads sunk into their necks. His father was preening the feathers of his white back. Only his mother was looking at him. She was standing on a little high hump of the plateau, her white breast thrust forward, Now and again she tore at a piece of fish that lay at her feet and then scraped each side of her beak on the rock. He was already hungry when he saw that fish. He loved to tear food that way, scraping his beak now and again to wet it. He started crying, begging her mother. He was now that much hungry that he would not have patience. He started screaming and calling his mother for the fish which she was having. He leaned out eagerly, tapping the rock with his feet, trying to get nearer to her as she flew across. But when she was just opposite to him, she halted. She stopped over there, and her wings were motionless. Now she was not flying towards him. She was stopped over there. He waited a moment in surprise. Why my mother is doing like that? Wondering why she did not come nearer. And then maddened by hunger, because he was so hungry, he dived at the fish. Then a monstrous terror seized him, and his heart stood still. As he didn't know but what happened, he came out of the ledge and he was falling downwards into space. But it only lasted a minute. Only for a minute this happened. The next moment only, he felt his wings spread outwards. The wing rushed against his breast, then under his stomach and against his wings. He could feel the tips of his wings cutting through the air. He was not falling headlong now. He was soaring gradually downwards and upwards. He was no longer afraid. He just felt a bit dizzy because he was flying for the first time. That's why he was feeling dizzy. When you are doing any work for the first time, it is difficult. But afterwards, when you are used to do that, then you would love it. Then he answered her with another scream. Then his father flew over him screaming. Everybody, his father, mother and sister, brother, all came around him. Then he completely forgot that he had not always been able to fly. It was like he was flying for so many years, and commanded himself to dive and soar and curve, shrieking shrilly. He was near the sea now, flying straight over it, facing straight out over the ocean. He saw a vast green sea beneath him, with little ridges moving over it, and he turned his beak sideways and cawed amusedly. His parents and his brothers and sister had landed on this green flooring ahead of him. They were beckoning to him, calling shrilly, because they were too happy that today he was joining them. His legs sank into it. He screamed with fright and attempted to rise again, flapping his wings, but he was tired and weak with hunger. He could not rise. Exhausted by the strange exercise, his feet sank onto the green sea. First he tried that he would not touch the sea, but because he was very much hungry and he was tired, his those feet sank into the green sea, and then his belly touched it and he sank no farther. He was floating on it. He was not sinking, as he was thinking that if I'll go near the water I will sink, but he was not sinking. He was floating on it, and around him his family was screaming, praising him, and their beaks were offering him scraps of dogfish. He had made his first flight like this. Now he was very much happy that he had made his first flight. And who helped him out? His mother. So this was the story about a seagull. How he was afraid first of the activity, and then how he came over the situation. Hope you enjoyed the story, and you must have learned something, that we should not be afraid of doing new things. What you have to do, you have to find out the new words from the chapter and find the meanings of those words from the dictionary and write down in your notebook. Plus textual question answers also you have to write down.